welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. Today, I'm joined by Chloe for the second episode of the EFC Women's Report. Now, we've got 4 games this time to go through and talk about. So we'll start off with the first one, which was Chelsea at home. And unfortunately, we were beat 3-1. Our goal came from an old goal by Khadija Buchanan for Chelsea. Now, it did start from great play from Megan Finnegan and Gabby George, and it was a disappointing result because I felt we did deserve more than that. We started the game so strongly and we looked like we were there and we meant business and we were going to get them 3 points, but obviously it didn't work out that way. And I just wanted to get your perspective on what you thought of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I genuinely thought about we could have gone and won that game, Like, I thought we were so strong, particularly, like, at the back.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought we could have won it, and I was shocked we didn't. Like, we were strong. I think it's the cliche, but I think we did everything but score.
Yeah.
Like, it was disappointing, 3-1. But, yeah, I think we did well.
Yeah. I think it shows quite a lot of our quality and what our players can do in that game specifically. And obviously, Chelsea got a penalty as well, which I didn't think was a penalty, to be honest. It was very similar to the one that John Pickford had at the same weekend. Pernille Harder came back for Chelsea and she got her first 2 goals of the season as well there, and to put pressure on us even more, Niamh Charles got the 3rd goal for Chelsea. So they come away with all 3 points. But they are the reigning champions of the WSL. And I think to show the strength we did against them was really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. I think Chelsea have slipped quite a lot, and I think you definitely noticed that Emma Hayes isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, she's such a massive part of that squad, and the fact that she's been missing for a couple of games, you can really start to tell.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a penalty.
No.
Definitely
No.
wasn't a
It was a
penalty.
if it was a penalty, it was a very, very soft penalty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll move on then to Villa away in the WSL, which was an amazing win for us because obviously Villa had been doing very well at the beginning of the season, bringing in lioness Rachel Daly as well, which was going to be a massive threat to us. Had to win 1-0 with that stunning Lucy Graham goal. Cross from
So
Gabby
good.
George, her firing it into the top of that net. Beautiful. What did you think of the game?
That goal is just so good. Like, I just keep
Yeah.
watching it on play because I just cannot believe that happened. I watched it, I was like, what?
I know.
It was like very last minute as well. Goal, like, I didn't think we'd score because, like you said, Villa have been absolutely insane. Rachel Daly has
Yeah.
been proper on fire for them. Like, and I thought about going into that one, that was a really tough game. And you could even tell during the game how tough it was.
Yeah. To be honest, I'd have been happy with a 0-0 draw, and to get that 3 points was massive for us. And defensively, we were incredible that game. I really thought we did
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, 100%. We were so good. We were so dominant. And I thought that was probably one of our best games. Even though it
Yeah,
was only a 1-0 win, I thought that was one of our best games. And we just were incredible and dominated.
we really were. And for Lucy Graham to get that goal as well, our captain, was amazing. And I think the last time she scored for us was against Villa away. So it
Yeah.
must be her lucky team then.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably something that she needed as well because she
Yeah.
hadn't scored for a while.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was absolutely stunning goal. It was just amazing.
It really was. And then obviously on the Wednesday, straight after, we played Villa again at home in the Continental Cup, which was quite an impressive game, to be honest. It was a 1-1 draw, but we won 4-2 on penalties and got that extra point. Now, Villa were even stronger that game. And I
Yeah.
think we did really well to get the draw because it did look at some point that Villa were going to snatch the 3 points and be higher up in the table than us. So
Yeah.
Aggie Beaver Jones got her first goal for Everton. Defender Kenzie Weir got her first start for Everton. It was a really good game as well.
It was a really good game, and I think that game also showed what we're capable of
Yeah,
to a different extent, because we also started a couple of like the young guns
yeah,
who don't necessarily get a start. And the fact that it also went to penalties at the end of the game for the extra point also showed like our maturity.
yeah, it really, really did. And I think bringing out the new players, the younger players, shows what our academy's like as well, and
Yeah,
it's showcasing that talent that we can bring through, which I think is really good for us as well. And obviously, it was an incredible game, especially the second half, and with the substitutions that Brian made, bringing on Jess Park, that was an instant impact straight away. She was a threat to the Villa defence. Villa then struggled for the rest of the game, and it did look like we were going to snatch the 3 points towards the end of the game. And obviously, it went to penalties. And Emily Ramsey was phenomenal. The 2 saves that she made, I think, were the best saves I think I've seen Everton have in the WSL and in the Continental Cups.
yeah, definitely. Emily Ramsey isn't one of those keepers who starts a lot, but when she does start, she's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
And I think she's like the under 20s keeper for England,
yeah,
and she is phenomenal. She coming on loan has done her amazing.
yeah,
And
really, really hard.
I say the same about Jess Park as well. Jess Park has just taken us to that whole new level.
Yeah, and they've both come through such incredible academies that have produced amazing talents. Obviously, Jess Parks from Man City and Emily Ramsey's from Man United. Now, Emily Ramsey was on loan last season at Birmingham City as well, and I think she started 2 games for us now, and
Yeah.
so far she has been incredible. Obviously, we've got Courtney Brosnan, who is such a solid keeper as it is, and I think to have Emily Ramsey as a backup keeper is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And Emily Ramsey is so young as well.
Yeah,
She has still got like so much she can learn. And I think looking at Courtney for that experience will massively help her and also help improve her game.
yeah. And I think mentioning that with Emily Ramsey being so young, our side, the Everton women's side, is the youngest. I think overall is the youngest side in the WSL, which I think is really good to see the young talent that we are bringing through.
Yeah, definitely. I think I read that stat as well, and it was something like the average age of the squad is 25,
Yeah,
which absolute madness to think like they're only like 3 years older than me. It's like, wow,
yeah,
talented.
it is. It is really, really good to see. And obviously, I think that game really, really showcased our ability and what we can do and what we are capable of. But unfortunately, that moves us on to the United game at home on Sunday, which we got beat 3-0, which
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest disappointment, unfortunately for us. We have the quality players, but for something didn't click on Sunday.
No, we looked really sloppy. Like
Yeah,
I just don't think we, and I don't know if it was like tiredness from, midweek,
yeah,
or I don't know what it was, but that wasn't us that were playing. That just wasn't a good game. We were sloppy, we missed chances, we weren't communicating.
yeah.
The subs that we bring on that normally work just didn't.
I
And
mean, I'd like to mention obviously the substitutions and the positions of some players because Gabby George and Lucy Graham swap sides. Now, Gabby George is a centre half and she has been playing left wing back, but for that game she played right wing back, which obviously isn't her natural position anyway. She's done really good being in that position, but it was clear that it wasn't like a comfortable position for her.
yeah,
Claire Wheeler really, really struggled in midfield. Obviously, United are such a strong team, and Claire Wheeler is a great player. Don't get me wrong, she is incredible, but they were too strong to bring her on so early into her Everton career to face them. And then obviously Hannah Bennison got put up front as our striker when her natural role is number 10. I know we've had injuries and Tony Duggan's out as well, but I think that kind of affected it. And then to bring on our best midfielder in Izzy Christiansen and play her on the left wing, I don't think that helped us, especially the substitutions. And then in the end, with Katrin Veya going off injured and then us going down, to 10 players because we'd used all our substitutions. I really don't think that helped.
No, it didn't. And it just made no sense whatsoever. So I
Yeah,
was watching it going, wait, where are they playing? Where are they playing? And I didn't understand what was happening. It's
yeah,
like I just don't understand why you'd play them where they don't normally play.
hmm
Because we've been doing so well up until that point, and it was
yeah.
just so confusing.
We are moving in the right direction under Brian Sorensen. Don't get me wrong; he's done amazing for the club. We were fourth in the table the other day, obviously before the game. We are, I think, we're currently seventh or sixth or seventh now. I think, which
Yeah,
still isn't too bad,
that
but
was really good.
it sort of felt like a step back that game. And I know some substitutions were made to help improve the squad, but because the midfield struggled so badly, it then opened up the defence. And I know Megan Finnegan got took off as well, who's been incredible for us last season and the beginning of this season. And to have her taken off because she was struggling, but it's the impact of the midfield, really, and that's what really needed sorting out, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think we do need to sort out our midfield.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like bring players in, take players out, but something definitely needs like rejigging there.
yeah,
And we need to sort it out because that was the issue on
yeah,
Sunday. Just wasn't it?
yeah. And Man United obviously put 3 goals past us. Nikita Paris, former Everton player, was the first one
Yeah.
to get the goal. Leah Galton and Hayley Ladd as well got the other 2. Leah Galton's goal was very good. As her solo run, if we had solo runs like that, would be great. But
Oh yeah. Like her
I think,
solo run was just it was just unmatched. Like
yeah,
nobody was catching up to her no matter how fast they ran.
yeah, she is a really, really good player. She's going to be key for Man United this season. Um, we did have a new record attendance as well at that game. I think it was 1,752 Evertonians come out to support the Blues, which was obviously really, really good and probably spurred on the players to try and get those 3 points. But it wasn't meant to be in that game, unfortunately.
No, but
But
it's amazing that that many people have now come to Wharton Hall Park.
yeah,
Like it's just amazing to see how much it's growing and how much like people actually want to, get out and support the local teams.
yeah,
And the fact that we've beat the attendance record and got another new one is just
yeah.
it's just so good, and it's what we love to see and hope it continues.
I know I went to quite near enough every home game last season, and to see it go from a couple hundred people, maybe even less than that, to nearly 2,000 is just incredible to see. I know obviously the Euros has helped promote the women's game, but it is such a vital part, the fans of the game, and we need more people there, and it's so great to see.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like even with like non-league as well,
Yeah,
their attendances are rising because people are just like going to the local games.
yeah,
And even in this international break with the Men's World Cup, I think I read somewhere that more tickets have been sold for the women's games than any other months because the
yeah,
men aren't playing, so they're gonna go watch the women's teams, which is just amazing. And this is what we've longed for
yeah.
as
And
female football fans for ages.
and I know that obviously the men's World Cup is going to be on this winter, but the women's leagues are still carrying on throughout it. So it's a good opportunity if you can't get obviously to your normal Premier League games to come down and see the girls play. It's a
Yeah,
good opportunity
exactly.
to experience it.
Yeah, definitely. And there's room, like we've definitely got more space for people to come down to Wharton Hall Park and watch.
Yeah. And speaking of, we have got our next game, which is Sunday, the 6th of November, away at Tottenham, who obviously beat Brighton 8-0 at the weekend. So they are a threat to us. But I reckon if we recover from that game and build up more momentum, we will challenge them. We will, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tottenham have been a strong side this season, like they've got a new home. Ashley Neville has been absolutely
Oh my
insane.
God. She's
How
amazing.
she hasn't got an England call up yet is still
No.
absolutely beyond me.
Yeah, she has. She has been incredible. And that goal she scored the other week, that was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It is one of the best goals I've seen in the WSL.
It is amazing.
It really is.
Like how she's not been called up to the England squad yet has absolutely baffled me because she deserves it. She's
really
probably the
does.
one I'm worried about facing
Yeah.
today.
And obviously, speaking of England, the Tottenham game is our last game before the international break. And then, if you haven't already got your tickets, Manchester City tickets are on sale now for when we play them at home at Wharton Park. And we'd love to see it sold out again. That'd be great to see, especially against such a top side like them. It'd be really, really good to see. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a comment, like, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for more EFC women's reports because we will be making a lot more content to come. For obviously throughout the season when the cups start, because we do have an FA Cup as well as the Continental Cup. So yeah, keep an eye out and thank you so much for watching.